guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a requested hair tutorial on my go-to fishtail braid that I always wear all the time. This is one of my favorite hairstyles because it looks like you spent a ton of time on your hair, but it's honestly so easy. I know fishtail braids are very intimidating at first, like if you've ever watched a video on how to do them or like seen like a picture tutorial on Pinterest, it looks really complicated and really difficult, but I promise you guys it is one of the easiest hairstyles. I suck at braiding so much, like I cannot do any other braid to save my life, but I can do a fishtail, so that should tell you guys that it is easy. It just takes a little bit of practice, but once you have it down, you will love it. It will be one of your go-to hairstyles, I promise you. I think it's just kind of the perfect like effortless chic hairstyle. I am a huge fan. Like I said, I wear this hair all the time. So yeah, if you want to see how to do a simple fishtail braid, then just keep watching. Alright, so I typically only do this hairstyle on like second day or after hair. I'm on, I believe, like third day hair at the moment. It's totally fine to do it on like freshly washed hair as well. I just like my hair to have a little bit of texture, and I think it's just a really good hairstyle to do after you've like slept on your hair and everything and it's not looking as good as it did when you freshly washed it. But yeah, you can do it whenever. I do recommend using like a volumizing dry shampoo if you are going to be doing it on second day hair. I've already used Batiste just to absorb any excess oil and give my hair a little bit of lift. If you have really straight flat hair like I do, I also recommend having a texturizing, volumizing kind of spray. You also just need a hairbrush, of course. I recommend having a teasing comb too, and then just some bobby pins and a hair tie as well. So for me personally, I like to start off just by parting my hair. I like to do a fairly deep side part. I always do it on the left side of my hair when I do fishtails. I'm not sure why, but that's just what I do. So get your hair parted over to one side, and then just take your brush and just kind of smooth everything over to the opposite side, basically the side that your fishtail is going to be on, and just get out any kind of like tangles and knots and get your hair nice and smooth. So when I do a side fishtail, I like my hair to have a lot of volume up top, so I'm going to take my texturizing spray, which is just this Amika Undone texture spray that I got in my Birchbox. It's just what I'm using at the moment. So I'm just going to lift my hair and spray some of that in at my roots. This stuff smells so good. I think I may actually end up repurchasing this with my Birchbox points because I love this stuff. So yeah, just kind of mess it up and work that texturizing spray into your hair. I do a little bit on this side as well. And a little bit at the back too. And then I also do just a little bit of teasing, kind of just at the sections around my part here. Just do a little bit of teasing at the root. I don't tease my hair very often at all, so I'm not very good at it, so if it looks really messy, it's because this is not something I do often. Okay, then I always just like to kind of really lightly just like skim the teasing comb over the top layers of my hair, just in case you have any of that like rattiness kind of showing through. It helps to just smooth everything out. Okay, so now that we have a bit more volume, we're just going to once again just brush everything over to the side that your fishtail is going to be on. Okay, so now for the actual fishtail braid, I'm going to zoom you guys in. Alright, so basically you want to start off by splitting your hair into two separate sections. And just kind of play around with it and feel them and make sure they're as even as you can possibly get them, just so you don't run out of hair when you're halfway through on one side. So split it into two sections. I'm going to call this section A and this section B just to kind of help you guys understand what I'm doing. So basically from section A, I'm going to take one piece of hair from the outer side of it, and you just fold it over and grab it with section B and hold it there. And then you just repeat and take a piece of hair from section B, just kind of split it off there, and take it over to section A and make it a part of section A basically. And that's all it is to fishtailing. You just have to repeat these steps. So once again, taking a piece from section A, folding it over and grabbing it in section B and crossing it over that past piece. And just repeating that again. And the biggest tip I can give you guys is when you are doing a fishtail, when you are pulling the section over, after every section, tighten it and pull it as tight as possible, because it's better to start off very neat and tidy with a fishtail. You can always go in and mess it up afterwards if you want it to look a little bit more undone. But if you start off by trying to do it messy, it'll seriously fall apart within like 3 minutes. That is the biggest thing I've learned when learning how to do this hairstyle. So once again, taking a piece from section A, crossing it over to section B. taking a piece from section B and crossing it over to section A. It's super repetitive, super easy. It may take a bit of practice, but you will figure it out. It is really easy once you get the hang of it. And I like to start off with kind of thicker sections at the top and then get a little bit smaller as I work my way down. I just like the look of it that way. And I just continue to do that till I am almost all the way down my hair. So I'll probably stop it there. I like to leave about like 1.5 inches out at the bottom and then just secure it with a hair tie. You can use a clear elastic if you want. I don't really care if you can like see the hair tie, so I'm just using one that kind of matches my hair color there. So there we go. That is what the finished fishtail looks like right now when it's all complete. Keep in mind that my hair is pretty much all one length. I don't really have any layers or anything. If you do have layers, you'll probably have more little pieces sticking out and everything, and it'll look a little bit more messy, but that is totally okay. I actually really like the way it looks when it's a little bit messier. But if your hair is one length like mine, it should look something similar to this. So I'm gonna zoom back out now. All right, so from here, you just have to kind of play around with it and kind of mess it up to your kind of personal standards. I like to kind of loosen it up a little bit, especially at the top, and make it a little bit wider and make it a little bit messier. Keep in mind, don't go too crazy with this because like I said, it will fall apart if you mess it up too much, but just kind of loosen it up and make it look a little bit messier. Then I also just like to pull out a couple of pieces of hair around my face. And once again, just kind of mess it up at the roots. So one thing I really recommend doing is pinning the pieces of your hair at the back, just at the back of your neck. Just take a bobby pin and just kind of pin those back, because believe me, they will fall out throughout the day as you're wearing this hairstyle. So I just crossed 2 bobby pins over back there. It'll still get messy and everything, but that'll help keep it in place a little bit longer. And then what I also like to do is I like to pin part of my bang section back. And so I'll just kind of mess this up. Like I said, I like it to have a lot of volume up here because I think that looks best. And just really loosely kind of pin that back. And then mess with it a little bit more and just kind of like pull some sections out. And basically just play with it and mess with it until you're happy with how it looks. For me, this part is usually more time consuming than doing the actual braid itself because I like it to be very particular. So yeah, that is the finished hairstyle. Honestly, once you get the hang of this, it will be so easy. It will be one of your go-to hairstyles, just like it is for me. It looks like you put a ton of time and effort into your hair when really it is insanely easy. Here is just another close-up of the finished braid. So yeah, that is the finished video. I hope you guys found this helpful, especially if you were wondering how to do a fishtail braid. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.